Hey guys, KODowd here. How are you all? I hope you guys are doing great. As many of you know, I decided to create this Facebook Live here right now because we started, I personally started Daily Keto Meals about 1 month ago. And in the last 30 days, we have nearly 12,000 members, which is amazing. It's extremely impressive. I'm absolutely blessed and very, very grateful to each and every one of you who are members of Daily Keto Meals. So I wanted to just kind of tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about why I created this group. And as I mentioned to you guys, I asked you, what would be your top 10 frequently asked questions. We got a lot of responses. And certainly a lot of those questions that you have been asking in Daily Keto Meals have been medical questions. So certainly I am not a doctor. And I would not give any medical advice that would be inappropriate. So I'm not going to answer medical questions. What I advise everybody do, if you do have medical questions, is that you take those medical questions to your doctor. Certainly, if you do not have a keto doctor, if you do not have a doctor that's up to speed on keto and cannot answer your questions, I certainly advise that you maybe find a doctor, who can answer your keto questions. But certainly, I'm going to answer questions about the keto diet that are, very commonly asked within the group here. And I'm going to be giving those answers on this Facebook Live right here, right now. So, but first of all, I kind of want to tell you my story, why I started Daily Keto Meals, how I got into keto, and really what the mission is for Daily Keto Meals. So a few years back, my father actually had if you guys can tell, by the way, I'm from Ireland. If you can't tell from my accent, I am from Ireland. I'm living in Miami with my wife, Natasha. And Natasha is actually 6 months pregnant with our first child. So we're very excited to be welcoming our new little arrival here. His name is Jacob, and we're looking forward to welcoming him in November 21st. So anyway, I'm an Irish guy living in Florida and in Miami here. But a couple of years ago, my dad had a heart attack, and thankfully he survived. He's an old school Irish guy. And very interesting story. He actually had a heart attack while he was cleaning the family car. And he's a big, strong man, thank goodness. And he had a heart attack, and there was nobody home, and he was dirty. His hands were dirty from washing the car. So he decided, my goodness, I can't go to the hospital like this. I'm going to have to go and take a shower. So he went and showered while having a very serious heart attack, had a shower, got dressed, got into the car, drove himself 30 minutes to the hospital, parked the car down the street, walked into the hospital, and walked up to the emergency room there and essentially said to the nurse, I'm having this terrible pain in my heart. And long story short, he was rushed to intensive care, and he essentially had a very, very serious heart attack. The doctors told me and my family that it is an absolute miracle that he survived, that if he wasn't so big and strong, he would have ultimately died because of this heart attack. So he spent about 2 weeks in intensive care. He had 2 stents put into his arteries, but thankfully he survived. However, the doctor called my 2 brothers, my sister and I, into the room privately before my dad was left out of hospital, and he essentially explained to us that, look, your dad has had a serious heart attack. The likelihood of you having a heart attack as well is very, very high. And therefore, I recommend that each and every one of you get your cardiovascular health checked out, you get your heart checked out, get a full cardiovascular health exam done. So We did, my two brothers and my sister and I, and everybody got a clean bill of health except me. So I went to the doctor and I was told that my cholesterol is so high that I was literally essentially a walking, talking heart attack waiting to happen. So this was quite shocking to me, and I began to embark upon my own personal journey in terms of looking for a new way of life, a new way of eating, a new way of exercising, a new way of of living, essentially, that was going to give me better health and ensure that I do not follow in the same footsteps of my father and have a very serious heart attack that could potentially take my life. So, by the way, if anybody has any questions or want to say hello, you can say hello in the chat box. Again, my name is KODowd. I am the founder of Daily Keto Meals, and I'm going to be teaching you guys or answering some questions for you guys here today. But anyway, this experience pretty much shocked me. And I have, my wife is very, very healthy. She goes to the gym a lot. And anyway, hello, Tammy, how are you? Hello, Karen, it's a pleasure to have you here. I'm so very blessed to have you in our groups, in my group here, Daily Keto Meals. So really, really appreciate you guys. Really want to thank you for being such valued members. I hope you're enjoying the group as much as I see other people enjoying the group. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being a member of the group. So anyway, my wife is very, very fit. She goes to the gym a lot and takes care of herself. Unfortunately, my eating habits and certainly coming from Ireland, my drinking habits have not always, been as healthy as they should be. Hey, Alana, how are you? Having a great time seeing all your awesome recipes. Thank you so much. I'm very honored to have you in the group. And Tammy, thank you so much for saying the nice things that you say about the group there. I'm so very honored to have you in our group here. As I just said earlier, we started this group. I started this group myself literally only about 30 days ago. We've already got 12,000 members. It's really blossomed into just what I believe to be a beautiful, supportive environment. I think everybody in the group is just so loving and supportive and kind. And I just saw recently, just literally an hour ago, somebody posted that they were, feeling a little down. They weren't getting the results that they were looking for. And there was 53 responses there from you guys rallying around this lady, giving her support, giving her encouragement, giving her inspiration and motivation. And I just can't thank you guys enough for doing that. You really, really make this group a special place, and it just makes me want to serve you even more and do everything that I can to make this group as awesome an environment for you as I possibly can. Hello, Trisha. How are you? Such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. And I just really want to go way above and beyond the call of duty in terms of giving you everything that I possibly can to make this group just a special place, help you achieve your goals. And I'm so very touched by just the amount of love, care, and support and attention that our members are giving other members. And I just want to kind of thank you guys for that. So anyway, long story short here, I embarked upon a journey that led me to paleo first, and then ultimately to keto. And when I began to research keto and I began to read all the books, and I literally delved into this and started doing all the research I possibly could to become an expert on the topic. And while I certainly am not a doctor and will not give anybody medical advice in any way, I certainly feel like I've read so many books and I've just spent so much time researching the keto diet and the keto lifestyle that I do feel at least that I can share with you what I know about the keto lifestyle and what I know about the keto diet. So I decided to create this group because I started to investigate the keto diet, and I started to see that so many people were getting such amazing results with it. And I was just blown away. I was really, really impressed. I couldn't believe that that scientists and doctors had essentially figured out this new way of living, this new way of eating that pretty much allows the body to burn fat so quickly and to improve health so quickly. And I really became inspired. I really became motivated, and I decided to create this group. And it's just exploded, guys, and it's exploded because of you. It's grown into this massive group. We're taking in about 500 or 600 new members a day, and I'm just amazed. I'm absolutely shocked and thrilled and overjoyed. And as I keep saying, I'm so very touched and moved by how supportive and kind and caring all the other members in this group are, and how much love, care, and support and attention everybody is giving. So, hey Liz, how are you? Liz Wong, a pleasure to have you here. Liz says, thank you for this group. Members are awesome and very interactive. Yeah, we had, unfortunately, a member that I found out to be quite rude recently, and I effectively removed that person and blocked and banned that person from ever coming back, because that's not the energy, that's not the type of person that we want in our group. What we want, the type of people we want in our group are all you guys, people who are on the keto lifestyle, living the keto lifestyle, on the keto diet, people who are loving and supportive and kind and caring to one another, and that's who we want in our group. So anybody that's less than kind, caring, and supportive will effectively be removed. And I understand that you guys appreciate that, and I appreciate it too. I want to keep this group a very loving and supportive group. So not so long ago, last week, I asked you guys, hey, I see a lot of questions going on in the group, see a lot of people asking questions, the same questions keep coming up time and time and time again. And what I wanted to do was compile what I believe to be, based on what I see in the group, to be maybe the top 10 most asked questions. And I wanted to provide you guys with answers to them. Now, again, I am not a doctor, and therefore I will not be offering medical advice to people. I certainly believe that if you have medical questions, the best person to take those questions to about the keto diet is your doctor. And certainly if you do not have a doctor who understands keto, is an expert on keto, then my goodness, there's so many of them these days that if you were to look for them, you would find them. And that's what I recommend you do. I recommend that you find a doctor who is educated on the keto diet and the keto lifestyle, and you ask any medical questions to your doctor. So guys, I have been making notes about what your questions are and what my answers are to your questions. So if you see me looking over here, that's because I'm looking at my notes. Unfortunately, this is not a Hollywood production. So, but feel free to, comment or ask questions as you like here. We'll probably try and keep this about maybe 30 minutes, maybe a little longer, I don't know. But certainly this will be the first of many Facebook Lives that we will do here in the group. So I also would like to celebrate you guys. I see a lot of you have lost weight. A lot of you are helping, or a lot of you are reversing many of the health challenges and reaching your goals. And I want to celebrate you, within the group. And you're going to see how I'm going to be doing that in the coming days and weeks. So get ready for some surprises. So what is the keto diet? I guess is, a lot of people that kind of come into the group, they're really trying to get to know what the keto diet is. So the keto diet is essentially a low-carb diet that results in ketosis. Okay, so we're going to talk about ketosis here in a little bit. But to achieve this, the diet essentially is low in carbohydrates and no more than a small amount or moderate amounts of protein. So usually the diet is high in dietary fat. At least long-term. In a more short-term diet, this is not always necessary. It's possible to instead be fueled via your own fat stores, as long as you have excess weight to lose, okay? But essentially, in a nutshell, a keto diet is a low-carb diet that results in ketosis. So the next question, I guess, that everybody keeps asking is, what is ketosis? So ketosis is actually a normal process that allows your body to keep working when you eat very few carbohydrates. Okay, so carbs are one of two main fuels for the body. We can also, we can burn fat for energy, but the brain can't burn fat directly. So instead, when eating very, very low carbs, fat is actually converted in the liver to ketones that are then released into the bloodstream, and this is actually one of the best forms of fuel for your brain. So the process of fueling the entire body with fat, including the production of ketones, that is actually called ketosis. Okay, so under normal circumstances, ketosis is actually safe and it's actually natural, especially when it comes as a result of a low carb keto diet, or while you are fasting. So ketosis is a normal process. Under healthy circumstances, ketosis is actually safe. It's natural. It's a great way of burning fat. Great way of energizing the body. Great way of giving your brain the energy it needs to operate at peak levels. So under normal circumstances, ketosis is actually very safe. However, under certain special circumstances, most commonly if you have type 1 diabetes, ketosis can actually be a sign of insulin deficiency, and that is something that you should get checked out have your doctor check it out. So I get a lot of questions in the group here in terms of like, how safe is keto diet? How safe is the keto diet? Who should use, keto? Who should be on the keto diet? So again, as I mentioned, the keto diet is usually very, very safe. Usually it's an absolutely fantastic diet. It's an amazing lifestyle. It's a great, great way of losing weight, great, great way of reversing many, many of the health challenges that we have in our diet these days. In fact, I was listening to an expert whose name I cannot remember now, but I was listening to him last night on a YouTube video, and he says that about 70% of the diseases that affect our society can be reversed by improving our diet. One of the very best and most popular diets in the world right now is the keto diet. So usually it is extremely safe. However, there are 3 situations where you may need extra preparation, you may need help, and you should absolutely consult with your doctor on these 3 things. So number 1, if you are on medication for diabetes, you should absolutely communicate, with your doctor in advance of going on the keto diet. If you are on medication for high blood pressure, you should absolutely speak with your doctor before beginning the keto diet. And certainly if you are breastfeeding, you should be very careful there. You should absolutely speak with your doctor about whether or not you can do that. So if you're not in one of those 3 situations, i.e. you're taking medication for diabetes, number 2, you're taking medication for high blood pressure, or number 3, you're breastfeeding, then you will be very, very, it'll be very, very safe for you to get onto the keto diet. So I see some questions here in terms of, hey, how do I stay motivated on the keto diet? How do I stay motivated to stick with it? Is a very, very common question that comes up in the group a lot. And here's some advice that I think is very, very important for you to consider. The reason why most diets break down is because there isn't really a big vision for what it is that you want to accomplish. So humans are at a deep psychological level, we're driven by the desire for pleasure and the avoidance of pain. That everything we do is driven by those 2 factors. Everything we do, literally everything we do, is because we desire some form of pleasure or we want to avoid some kind of pain. So one of the best things you can do to stay motivated, to stay inspired, to stay driven, to stay on this diet and achieve your goals is to get in touch and get a clear understanding of what I'm going to call your what and your why. So your why and your what Your why is the pleasure that you want to achieve. And it is essentially why you want to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. What is the reason why you want to lose weight? What is the big reason why you want to improve your health? What is the big reason why you want to reverse or achieve your health goals? You need to get in touch with that. And it needs to be something that really affects you and moves you emotionally. It's got to be powerful. It's got to be meaningful. It's got to be something that just touches you deep down inside and makes you feel a reaction every time you think about your ultimate desired outcome and the ultimate reason why you're doing keto, what it is you want to achieve. And then you need to get in touch with your what. And your what is what is going to happen if you do not lose weight? What is going to happen if you do not improve your health? What's going to happen if you do not reverse this very serious health problem that you have? Because where your what and your why meet, where they connect, where they intersect, that's where you are going to develop what I like to call a burning desire to succeed. Okay, and that's what that burning desire to succeed, that big vision of the pleasure that you want to achieve, and that big vision of the pain that you want to avoid, where those two meet, that is what's going to give you a burning desire to succeed. It's what's going to keep you motivated. It's what's going to keep you working past the challenges that you're having, the obstacles that you're facing. It's what's going to keep you on the diet. Because anytime you feel like faltering, anytime you feel like just faltering, you're going to have this vision, you're going to have this understanding front of mind, and it's what's going to keep you motivated. It's what's going to keep you charged up. It's what's going to keep you pumped and motivated and inspired to keep going here. So, guys, I would like to invite you to get a pen and paper and write down your why and your what. Do you see the value in doing this? If you do see the value in doing this, send me a yes in the comments box here. Send me a yes in the comments box if you see the value of the strategy that I'm teaching you here. Because if you do, in fact, get in touch with your what and your why, this is kind of motivational. This is a very, very proven motivational strategy. They give this to athletes in the NBA. They give these to athletes in, every walk of life. They get clear on why they want to achieve what they want to achieve and what's going to happen if they don't succeed at it. And again, where those two meet, that's where you are going to become very, very motivated and inspired to achieve your weight loss goals, to achieve your health goals. And this is a very, very powerful strategy. Next question is, how do you know when your body is in ketosis? Okay, so there are a few signs that may indicate that you are in ketosis. Guys, can you hear me? I'm just want to make sure that you guys are there. If you could please say yes or hello, or give me some indication that you are there. I just saw a little bit of a glitch in the system there. So if you are there, oh my goodness, there you go. Okay, you know what? All of your comments have just loaded at the same time. So I apologize here. So Karen McFadden says, after my doctor seeing my results, she's on keto now. Oh, fantastic, Karen. You see, you're an inspiration now. You're an inspiration to others. So high five. Trisha says, it really disappointed me that they were criticizing instead of being supportive. That's Trisha, you're talking about the member that we had in the group. Trisha, anytime you see anybody being criticizing or being less than supportive, you just let me know, and those people will be removed. I promise you that from the bottom of my heart. I will not tolerate any level of inappropriate behavior whatsoever. Okay, great stuff. Chantel says, if you're looking for a keto doctor, visit Dr. Ken Berry on YouTube. He has done the research and posted links to a few registries. High five, Chantel. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. Karen says, yes, mine is back. Surgery. Okay, good stuff. Alana says, yes, but I'm making zucchini ravioli while I'm listening. Oh, don't make my mouth water. Excuse me. Do not make my mouth water there, Alana. Please be sure to post a picture of it and share it with us all in the group. Tammy says, sounds good. Sissy is there with a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. Chantel says she hears me fine. Good stuff. Lay, how are you? Lay says, super excited. I just joined the group. I cured fibromyalgia with supplements in the keto diet, but I fell off the wagon, so just jumping back on. Well, Lay, high five. My goodness, you cured fibromyalgia. That is an absolute amazing thing to be able to say. So high five and congratulations. My goodness, if I ever see anybody come into the group here with fibromyalgia, I will be sure to let them know that you should speak with Lay. So thank you so much for sharing there. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you comment and I do not see or respond to your comments, please do not be upset. For whatever reason, Facebook only loaded your comments there for me right now. So Trisha says, love that you care. Well, you know what, Trisha, I love that you're in the group, and I absolutely take your commitment to the keto diet and the keto lifestyle very, very seriously. And I'm going to do everything in my power, and certainly to the best of my ability, to serve you in any which way that I can and help you achieve your goals. So yes, I care. I care about every last member, every last one of you in my group. And I will promise you from the bottom of my own heart that I will work relentlessly and tirelessly to do everything I can to get you guys the solutions that you need. All right. So how do I know if I am in ketosis? How can I tell when my body is in ketosis? So there is a few signs that may indicate, okay, excuse me, underline the word may indicate that you are in ketosis. So certainly a decrease in appetite. If you are less hungry, it is likely that you are in ketosis. Certainly if you're on the keto diet, right? If you are on the keto diet and you are, and your appetite has significantly decreased, then that may be a strong indicator that you are that you are in ketosis. If your energy levels have increased, that may be an indication that you are also in ketosis. If you have a increased thirst, if you are a lot more thirsty than you would normally be, then that may be an indication that you are in ketosis. If you need to pee a lot, if you notice that you are peeing, or forgive me, urinating, if you have the need to urinate or pee a lot, well, then that may be an indication that you are in ketosis. If you have unusually bad breath, what is commonly referred to as keto breath, if you have keto breath, that may be a strong indicator that you are in ketosis. It can also be a strong indicator and a strong sign that you are, in fact, detoxing. You are getting rid of a lot of bad chemicals, toxins, and poisons in your body. So keto breath is usually a pretty strong sign that you are in ketosis. So if all of a sudden you notice, whew, your breath is a little more pungent than it normally should be, well, then that is a strong indication that you have that you may be in ketosis. If you have dry mouth, if your mouth is quite dry, that is also an indication that you might be in ketosis. If you have a metallic taste in your mouth, like a taste of metal, if you have just a taste of metal, I don't know how else to describe it other than a metallic taste in your mouth, that can be usually a pretty strong indicator that you too might be in ketosis. Beyond these signs and symptoms, you can, in fact, measure your levels of ketosis. And there are a few tools that you can Google. One of them is urine strips. So you essentially pee on these little strips, and it will tell you if you are, in fact, in ketosis. So I'm going to be I'll find you guys some links. I was looking at, I would have turned up with links for you here, but I'm very reluctant to just recommend any product to you. I would first like to try these products myself and ensure that anything that I personally recommend to you is something that I feel has been vetted by me. I would never recommend a product or a service to you guys that I myself have not used and do not personally believe to be the right product or service that you guys should recommend. That you guys should use. So right now, anyway, urine strips. I'm going to be getting some urine strips. I ordered 3 different versions of them myself, and I'm going to be using them myself. And I will let you know what urine strips that I would recommend, that I have personally tried and recommend that you use if you want to use these urine strips to measure, to tell you if you are in ketosis or not. Breath analyzers. You can Google breath analyzers and they will tell you if you are in ketosis. Blood meters are a third one, although not really a pleasant test for a lot of people. So I think urine strips, breath analyzers are very, very good. So Tricia says Walmart, CVS, Walgreens sells keto strips. Tricia, thank you so much. So certainly take a trip down to Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, suggests Tricia, and they have the keto strips there. Thank you, Tricia, for sharing. Katie says, I have had the worst dry mouth the last month or so. I've been on keto for 1.5 months. Katie, how has your results been? Maybe that's a fantastic thing. Maybe you're really in ketosis there, and maybe your results are impressive. Please feel free to let us know. I guess one of the most common questions that is asked by our members here is, what foods can I eat and what foods should I avoid on the keto diet? Pretty much, what you want to eat are low-carb foods. Low-carb foods like meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, and, natural fats. Underline the word natural fats, okay? Natural fats like butter or olive oil. And essentially, pretty much stick to foods that have fewer than 5% carbs, okay? So what you want to avoid are foods that are full of sugars and starch. So what kind of foods are, Katie, woo! High five! So Katie has lost 21 pounds so far. My goodness, high five, Katie! You rock and roll. That's great news. Well, that would explain your dry mouth. So you, girl, are in ketosis and you are kicking butt, or as we say in Ireland, where I am from, you are kicking arse and taking names. So high five, you are an inspiration to one and all. So great stuff. Awesome. Okay, so foods to avoid. Pretty much, any fruit that is high in sugar. Okay, so fruits that are high in sugar. Katie says high five, LOL. Gail is asking in what time. So how long did it take you to lose 21 pounds? So while you're answering that, I'll get back here. So anything with anything with sugar and starch in it. Fruits that are high in sugar, like bananas, are a no-go. Potatoes are a no-go. Pasta is a no-go. My favorite beer, coming from Ireland, beer is no good. So unfortunately, beer is out. Rice is out. Donuts and candies and chocolate bars are out. Okay, bread is out, and soda and juices that are high in sugars, and anything got to do with Coca-Cola and all that kind of good stuff, are pretty much out. So water is good. Water is good. Coffee is good. Tea is good. Red wine, the occasional glass of red wine, I think is good. It's understandable. Katie says a month and a half. My goodness, 21 pounds in a month and a half. Katie, you are unbelievable. High five. That is an absolutely fantastic result. So, in terms of meats, make sure you are eating unprocessed meats that are low carb and keto friendly. So, there is a company out there, they're called Butcher Box. I highly recommend that you get your meat from Butcher Box. Guys, I'm going to create a couple of articles for you on supermarket meat. Oh my goodness. It is shocking. Please, please, please do not eat supermarket meat. Do not eat supermarket meat. You have no idea. Hey Sheila, how you doing? Howdy back at you. Guys, you have no idea how bad for you supermarket meat is. It is horrific. It is horrific. And not only that, the research is even linking the chemicals and the drugs and the hormones in supermarket meat to health problems in humans. Guys, I'm gonna give you I'm going to give you some articles that are really going to shock and quite frankly scare you and maybe even terrify you, and like it did for me. I certainly just highly recommend you do not buy any form of chicken, beef, lamb, pork, anything from supermarkets. It's horrific. So what I recommend you do instead is buy your meats from a company called Butcher Box. So I will recommend that company to you guys. I have been I'm a proud member of Butcher Box, and will be recommending that company to you guys in upcoming sessions here, upcoming Q&A sessions. But essentially what you want to eat is organic grass-fed meat. Okay, organic grass-fed meat, and the reason for that is because it's free of hormones, it's free of drugs. The animals are not injected with drugs, and that just destroy human health, to be quite frank with you. Sheila says, thank you for this group. Well, thank you, Sheila, for being a valued member. I really appreciate having you here. Thank you so much. Katie says, I'm sure a slowdown is coming, but I am happy with the changes, and I'm about 30 pounds from my ideal goal weight and don't plan to ever look back. Whew, you're giving me tingles here, Katie. You're giving me tingles. So high five. You're absolutely an inspiration to one and all. Sissy is saying here, awesome, Katie. And I love this. You just like the support and the kindness and the inspiration from everybody here is just, I'm just amazed. I'm so grateful to you guys. I mean, it really is lovely. Elise, I think it's Elise. Elise says, great job, Katie. So you got some love here, Katie. High five. So meat, stay away from garbage supermarket meat. Only buy organic grass-fed meat. Fish and seafood, these are all good, excellent. Like fish and seafood is very, very good for you. Again, just make sure that you're buying them from trusted places. You want to, get wild caught fish as best as you possibly can. Katie says, thank you, ladies. We got this. Woohoo! And Elise says, you said it perfectly. Thank you so much. My name is Caleb, and you have no idea how many people call me Cable and Caleb, and so I'm aware or I'm attentive to try and pronounce people's names correctly. Eggs. Eggs are good. You can eat them any way you like, boiled, fried in butter, scrambled, omelets, whatever way you like. Just make sure, again, that they are like organic eggs, free-range eggs coming from chickens that are not injected with hormones and all the terrible, terrible, awful things that are now in our food system and are poisoning us. So try and go organic, guys. Try and go organic. Try and go organic. So natural fats, natural fats are really, really good. You likely get much of your natural fats from, meat, fish, eggs, etc. But you can also use fat in cooking. Butter is very, very good. Coconut fat is very, very good. Add plenty of olive oil to your salads. I think olive oils are high quality olive oils are very, very important. Alana says, I have chickens. Can we all get eggs from you? I would love to get my eggs and my meat from local people that really take care of their animals and feed them good stuff. Katie says, I have a wonderful salmon patty recipe. If anyone would like it, since we're on the subject of fish, I can post it in the group later. Please do, Katie. Please do. That would be awesome. Alana is saying yes as well. So, vegetables that grow above ground are awesome. So it would include cauliflower, cabbage, avocados are amazing. Broccoli is a superfood. Zucchini is absolutely fantastic. High-fat dairy products are really, really good. Again, butter. Butter is very, very good. In fact, one of the very best butters in the world, in my mind, is actually Irish Kerrygold butter. Highly, highly recommended. You can have nuts in moderation. Just be careful when using nuts as snacks, as it's very easy to eat more than you need to feel satisfied. Cashews are not very good. They're very high in carbs. So pretty much choose macadamia or pecan nuts instead. Those are very, very good. Berries are awesome as long as you take them in small doses. They can be, like if you overeat them, they can be high in sugars, which is not good. So water, in terms of things to drink, water is the best. I actually get my water from Whole Foods. They have water that is very, very high in pH. And as a result, it's very detoxing for the body. It's a very, very good high quality water that just kind of detoxes the body. It's high in pH, so it eliminates acids in the blood. Acids in the blood can actually cause your cells to die and mutate, and unfortunately, that can be what causes cancer. So I usually try and drink water that is very, very high in pH so that it gets rid of the acid in the body and, essentially just improves your health as much as possible. So another question, we're coming nearly to the end here now, is Katie says, so useful. I keep telling the husband we need some chickens. Good stuff. So is ketosis safe for diabetics? So a keto diet leading to ketosis is generally a very, very powerful treatment to reverse type 2 diabetes. So if you have type 2 diabetes, the keto diet is quite an amazing diet for you to be on. And there is a lot of people that say that the keto diet essentially is a cure for type 2 diabetes. Now, people with type 1 diabetes can use a keto or low carb diet to significantly improve their blood sugar control. They will, however, normally always require insulin injections, but usually at far lower doses when you're on the keto diet. But if you are type 1, if you are a type 1 diabetic, then it's highly recommended that you do speak with your doctor before beginning the keto diet. So I get asked a lot in the group and via private message about, can I recommend a book? Can I recommend, a program, a training program or something like that? Certainly I do plan to create a cookbook, a daily keto meals cookbook, and some very, very valuable reports for you guys. I do not have products right now that, like books and things like that and solutions, but I promise you that I will go and, I will create these solutions for you. But I get asked a lot, is there any keto training program? Is there any keto book? Is there any keto resource that I can recommend? And as a result, I've read an awful lot of books from Amazon, and there's a lot of them that I do recommend. But certainly there is I bought a program. It's very, very, it's pretty cheap. It's like $19. And it's a program called the 14-Day Keto Challenge. Let me just get you guys the link. And it is, I'll put the link in here into the chat box there. Did that go in? Yeah. So it is, you can see here, the 14-Day Keto Challenge. It is it's actually a program. It's a training program that I highly recommend. It's only $19, and they really have a very, very fascinating take on the keto diet. One of the things that I really admired about it a lot and highly recommended, and the reason why I recommend it is because they've figured out essentially a way. One of the big symptoms of keto, or one of the most common complaints that people have on the keto diet, is just that it can cause flu-like symptoms, and that can be a problem for a lot of people. They've also really figured out a tremendous amount of impressive research that I haven't seen released or revealed in other training programs on how to lose weight with keto, the right kind of foods to be eating for long-term success. They've got some very interesting research on keto that I personally myself haven't seen, and therefore that is, a product that I would recommend. It's a product that I have purchased myself. It's a product that I've used myself. It's a product that I've vetted myself. Again, I would never recommend a product to you guys that I would not myself use. And, in advance of me actually creating some books and reports and solutions for you guys, that is essentially what it is that I would recommend to you that you get your hands on. I think it'll be the very best $19 that you have ever spent. The beauty of this book as well is that if you do not actually like it, you can send it back and get a refund. But I'm pretty sure you'll be very, very happy with it. So another question is, I see some answers here. Susie says, I'm type 3 diabetic and I'm currently off insulin, down almost 30 numbers there. Wow, that's type 2. Yeah, excuse me, down almost 30 points there, which is absolutely incredible. Elise is saying that's incredible, Susie. You can see the answers there. Sissy says, I'm also type 2 diabetic and it is helping me also. Yeah, it is one of the most impressive diets for, lowering or reversing type 2 diabetes. And there's an awful lot of people that, as I said, call it a cure. I guess a big question that we get asked, that gets asked in the group as well, is the keto diet safe for high cholesterol? So generally the cholesterol, your cholesterol profile will improve on the keto diet. A lot of people report lowering their triglyceride levels. and raising their HDL cholesterol, which is a very, very positive, like it's a good thing. What you want to do is lower your bad cholesterol, increase your good cholesterol, and maintain healthy triglyceride levels, which is a type of fat in the blood. So usually the keto diet is an outstanding diet for you to be on if you are suffering from high cholesterol. However, a small portion of people, can end up with quite high total cholesterol level. So it is something that you may need to watch. And part of the reason why that can happen is if you are using bad fats. Pretty much it revolves around supermarket meat. If you're eating garbage supermarket meat, well, then you're not really getting the healthy fats. There's a lot of positive omega-3s that come from healthy, organic, grass-fed meat. And so when you're eating the right meats, and you can improve your cholesterol. When you're eating the wrong meats, you can send your cholesterol in the opposite direction, which you don't want. So it comes back around to the importance of selecting the right meat for you to eat. How long does it take to get into ketosis? That's a very, very, important question that gets asked a lot. The answer is it varies from like a day or two up to a week or more when you start to live the keto lifestyle, when you start to adopt the keto diet. So but if you are on the keto diet, it can be anywhere from like a day or two up to a week or more, or even 10 days. But people with more insulin resistance, again, example, type 2 diabetics, it can take longer for type 2 diabetics to get into ketosis, while younger people that are generally leaner and maybe a little more fit, they get into ketosis pretty darn quick. But anywhere from a day to 10 days or 14 days of being on the keto diet will usually put you in ketosis. So another question then is, how long can someone be on a keto diet? So that is pretty much a great question, and it depends. You can be on it as long as you want to be on it, as long as you're getting the benefits that you want. Katie says, yep, you can't just eat bunless McDonald's cheeseburgers and expect to have low cholesterol. Oh my goodness, you said it perfectly. That is exactly true. You cannot do that. You can't just get rid of the bread and expect to eat the burger from McDonald's and expect that burger is going to be loaded with, healthy benefits for your body. That's not it. Not all meat is created equal. There is 99%, trust me, 99% of meat sold in America is absolute garbage. What about white-tailed deer meat? Well, my goodness, I would need to go and investigate that. But any wild-caught animals, would be very, very good, usually very, very good for you to eat. Wild meat is usually very healthy. Obviously, it's free of hormones and chemicals and drugs and all that kind of good stuff. So without having, done the research on white-tailed deer meat, certainly I can say wild meat is very healthy for you in general, but I do not have exactly the answer, Sissy, to your question about white-tailed deer meat. But certainly you can be on keto as long as you like, as long as you're getting the results from it, and as long as you obviously enjoy it. Poor Bambi, says Katie. So, can I eat a keto diet as a vegetarian or vegan? We've got way more than 10 questions, but I will try and answer as many as I can. We got 6 more minutes here before we say goodbye. So a keto diet can work for like a lot of non-meat eaters, depending on what type of foods that your diet would include. But generally speaking, it'll be trickier for you. It'll be more complicated, and certainly you can do it and certainly it can work for you, but it would be a hell of a lot more complicated, to be frank with you. That would be my answer. In order to do it from a vegetarian or vegan perspective, it would be quite complicated, but it can be done. But certainly it could be quite complicated. I've had a few guys reach out to me and ask me, hey, can I build muscle on keto? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can absolutely build muscle on keto. So if you guys are, if you have more questions, I'm going to do a call like this every week. Would you like me to do a call like this every week where I'll answer questions, I'll do some trainings, I'll reveal some secrets about, or information and advice and ideas for how you guys can maybe lose more weight or save costs, cut costs on keto? Would you guys like me to do that? I certainly plan to do maybe one of these calls per week if you guys say yes, and certainly if you say no, then I will not. I certainly want to serve you in any ways that I can. So I see Tammy is saying yes, that would be great. Alana is thumbs up. Elise says awesome, I would love that. Katie says yes please. Debbie says yes please. All right, awesome. I'd just like to close this out by again just thanking you so much for being members of Daily Keto Meals. I don't know if you maybe have caught the beginning of this call here, but I'm really very grateful. This group has exploded, and I certainly want to do everything that I can to serve you in the very best ways that I can. If you could give me just your thoughts and opinions, any kind of advice on how I could make this group better for you, how I could, serve you more, how I could help make your life on keto more enjoyable, please let me know, because I will work tirelessly and relentlessly to do everything that I can to give you the solutions that you're looking for and serve you in the very best ways that I can. So if you do ever have ideas or suggestions, please let me know. Just tag me in a post and just say, hey, Caleb, I was thinking this would be a really great idea, or hey, Caleb, what really bugs me about the keto diet? And let me know, and I will absolutely do everything I can within my power to get you the answers and the solutions that you need. So Katie says, I have found this group very informative and helpful since I started the keto diet. Well, thank you so much. Alana says, thank you for being honest in your disclosures, and I'll post pictures of zucchini ravioli when I'm done. Have a great night. Well, listen, you have a great night too, and thank you all so very much once again, and I look forward to talking to you all again next week. So take care, God bless, and goodbye, and have a wonderful evening. And again, thank you so much for being members of Daily Keto Meals, and take care and God bless. Thank you all. Bye.